Hello everyone, my name is Rahul Telgute. I am Associate Professor from Industrial Design Department at Chandigarh University. And in this video, we will talk about what is problem solving methods through the design. Problem solving is the most practiced by everyone in daily life. Whenever we get stuck while doing some work, we try to find its solution so that we can next time the problem doesn't cause lose of time or any mishappening. And if we talk about designers who are professional, we have some methods for problem solving. From that methods, we arrive at solutions that are effective and sustainable. In India, basically we always tend towards jugaad or a temporary solution that practice work, but let me remind you it's temporary, not permanent. After some times, the temporary solution doesn't work. Let's see how we solve the problem. There are fans to give you relief from heat, drinking glass to holding water, water purifier for safety drinking water, gas stoves to cook food, tiffin box in which take your meal to the school, and so on. Outside the home, there are cars, buses, scooty, metro, train, aeroplanes and ships for a long distance. So, these are the problem solving from small problem to huge problem. These are just to make your life easy and protect you from the danger. If we will solve problem, then it will interrupt us again and reduce the productivity of that ongoing work. We all designers use design thinking method for effective problem solving. What is design thinking method? Design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the need of people, the possibilities of technology and the requirement for a business success. Thinking like a designer can transform the way organization develop the product, service, process, strategies. This approach which is known as design thinking brings together what is desirable from a human point of view with what is technologically feasible and economically viable. It also allows people aren't trained as a designer use creative tools to address a vast range of challenges. The 5 stages of design thinking, let's discuss that. First stage is the empathize. Research your designer user need. Here you should gain an empathetic understanding of a problem you are trying to solve, typically through user research. Empathy is a crucial to human-centered design process such as design thinking because it allows you to set aside your own assumptions about the world and gain real insight into user and their needs. Stage 2. State your user need and problem. It's time to accumulate the information gathered during the emphasize stage. You then analyze your observation and then you define the core problem you and your team have identified. These definitions are called problem statement. You can create personas to help keep your efforts human centered before proceeding to ideation. Stage 3. Ideate. Challenge assumption and create ideas. Now you are ready to generate ideas. The solid background of knowledge from the first 2 phases, you can start to think out of the box to some alternative ways to view the problem, identify innovative solution to problem statement. You have created brainstorming. Brainstorming is the way to create your new different ideas. After the brainstorming, you have the prototype stage where you create a simple model out of paper or a thermocol, and then you can create this kind of forms. These experimental phases, this aim is identify to best possible solution for each problem found. Your team should produce some inexpensive scaled down version of the product, specifically feature found within the products. To investigate the ideas you have generated, this could involve simple paper prototype. Stage 5, test, try your solution out. Evaluator rigorously test the prototype. Although this is the final phase, design thinking is a iterative team often use the result to redefine one or more further problem, so you can return to previous stage to make further iteration, alteration and refinements to find the rule out alternative solution. Let's see few examples of design thinking. Brown Oral-B electrical toothbrush. In 2016, Brown and Oral-B recruited the expertise of designer Kim Collin and Sam, the founder of London-based design studio, industrial facility, to create a smart electric toothbrush. The Good Kitchen, using the design thinking process to find better ways to serve a community, can have profound effect on the lives of its members. Take Danish design agency Hatch and Bloom. Creation of a good kitchen is an example. Airbnb. It's hard to believe that ever successful startup Airbnb was once making less than $200 per week, and what grew their revenue and transformed Airbnb into billions dollars because of the experimentation, risk and thinking out of the box of the norms. Uber Eats. The design team and Uber Eats is constantly assessing design thinking principle to fuse modern state of art technology with the antiquate and fundamental act of enjoyment a meal, and it's safe to say that they have had a pretty successful project. IBM. When people think of IBM, the first thing that comes to our mind is technology, business and computers. As their former CEO Thomas Watson Jr. declared, good design is a good business. So IBM has invented heavily in design thinking. They started holding empathy map sessions of and keep user in mind while designing the process of and product. Consequently, they have witnessed significant with a role in the change in the approach. They have also made it openly available. Netflix, we all know. Netflix is a prime design thinking examples because it used the approach throughout its journey to determine what customer wanted and needed, and then change its business model to meet those needs. Nike, we all wear Nike shoes. Nike combined sports and design in 1980s. The launch of Air One, the first sneaker with pressurized air technology designed to help athletes perform at their best. It's quickly become a New York fashion sensation. Just one example of Nike use a design to improve the user experience by gaining an understanding of their needs. Quality grocery, definition problem solving. Problem solving is act of defining a problem, determining the cause of problem, identifying, prioritizing and selecting the alternative for the solution. The implementing a solution. The selection below help explain key problem solving step. These steps support the involvement of interested parties, the use of factual information, comparison of expectation to reality, and a focus on the root cause of a problem. You should begin by reviewing and documenting how process currently work. That is, who does what with what information, using what tool, communicating within what organization and individual in what time frame, using what format. evaluating the possible impact of new tool, and revise policy in the development of your what should be model. Generate alternative solution. Postpone the selection of the one solution you need. Several problem solving alternatives have been proposed. Considering the multiple alternatives can value of your ideal solution. Once you have decided on what should be model, this target understanding become the basic of developing a roadmap for investigating alternatives. Brainstorming ideas and team problem solving techniques are the both useful tool in the stage of problem solving. Many alternative solution to the problem should be generated before final evaluation. A common mistake in problem solving is that alternatives are evaluated as they are proposed. So the first acceptable solution is chosen, even if it is not the best fit, but it is, if you focus on trying to get the result, we miss the potential for the learning something new that will allow for real improvement in the problem solving process. Evaluating and selecting an alternative. Skilled problem solver use a series of considerations when selecting the best alternative. They consider the extent to which a particular alternative will solve the problem without causing others anticipating problems. All the individual involved will accept the alternatives. Implementation of the alternatives is like the alternative fits within the organization constraint. Implementation and follow up of the solution. Leaders may call upon to direct others to implement the solution, sell the solution or facilitate the implementation with help of others. Involving others in implementing is the effective way to gain buy-in, the support, and minimizing the resistance to sequence charges. Regardless of how the solution is rolled out, feedback channel should be built into the implementation. This allows for continuous monitoring and testing of actual event against expectation. Problem solving and a technique used to gain charity and effective is the solution remains in the place, is updated to a response to future changes. So what conclusion we are getting from here, like overall you should understand the problem solving is necessary for everyone, and this can be effectively only when we follow design thinking method, which have different stages like design to prototype and test. These stages are different modes which contributes to entire design projects rather than sequential steps. Your goal throughout is to gain the deepest understanding of user by design thinking methods and giving solution that is the ideal solution or a product would be. I hope you understand the problem solving through design process in this session. Thank you so much for watching this video.